PS drivers, we're doing a little tutorial here for the CNG tractors. Today we have 277114. You guys have already read most of the presentations, but we're putting together a little video to kind of go over some of the stuff that you guys are going to encounter when you guys do use these vehicles. First thing here is you'll see the 3 different systems that we talked about. We'll walk to the front here and we'll show you the first one. Some of the things you want to look for on your pre-trip when you're starting is first off the collision mitigation system. You'll see the collision mitigation system sits behind this panel right here. First thing you want to look for when you do your pre-trip is make sure this is not cracked, broken, dislodged. It does not have any paper bags in front of it. It does not have any gunked on snow or mud. If it does, you could get fault readings throughout the day. So just make sure that's clean and clear and is connected firmly. As we walk over here to the driver's side on this vehicle, a couple things on it is that the hand valve does not stay down. It's not designed to. So what has happened, Kenworth has actually come up with a little diagnostic test for us, and it's real quick and easy. Basically all you do is you put the key in the on position, put the key in, turn it to the on position, and this third button here, it's got a light, looks like a light bulb with an upside down light bulb and a check mark in it. Basically you hit that button and then on the dashboard it says exterior light test in process. Turn the key off, pull the key. Basically what has just happened is all your lights on your vehicle came on, and they'll continue to run a continuous loop while you do your pre-trip. So as you walk around, you walk out here, basically see that you have your 3 ID lights, your 2 clearance lights, your low beams and 4 ways which are operating currently, and then as it goes by, it will transfer over to your high beams. And that'll happen here just momentarily. There's your high beam. Still want to maintain the same process that we normally do as far as checking mirrors, steps, handrails, all those things. One of the things you also want to talk about is the fueling, what we're doing for fueling. We'll actually go ahead and demonstrate with fueling at another time, but basically a lot of confusion has been happening with the gauges. This gauge right here is the only gauge that you really need to rely on. And basically on an ambient temperature day of 85 degrees, 3,600 PSI will be full. On a hotter day, you're going to get more. On a colder day, you're going to get less. You don't have to do anything with venting here or anything. Basically, when you're fueling, it's just hook it up, turn it on, wait till it's done, uncouple it, put it away. Walking back, you have your air tanks under here. You have another one up in here. Those are your 2 air tanks to remove any condensation that's in your air tank. Walking back here, you'll notice that there is no window. Okay? You do see that we have the hookup lights, and there's a knob in there. We'll show you how to turn those on as well. As far as the drive system, the tractor itself only has 1 powered axle, and that is the front axle. The front axle is the only powered axle on it. It does have a locking differential, so if one wheel is slipping and the other one's grabbing, you can lock it in so both wheels turn simultaneously. The back axle itself is a tag axle or a drag axle. It's just meant for weight bearing. Obviously, you want to make sure that it does have wheel-bearing lubricant and it's not leaking, just like you would on a tractor trailer, on a trailer tire. From the rear, as we walk back here, you'll also see now that your brake lights, it says your 4 ways are on, and they just switched over to your brake lights. Again, it will continue that process all the way through until you get back around to the front of the vehicle. As we're walking around, you'll take a look. There's nothing really different back here. It has to have the airbags to raise and lower your 5th wheel. And as far as checking your, the mechanics back here, obviously check your brake lines and brake chambers, make sure everything's in compliance and it's not leaking. Moving up here, kind of didn't open up the other side, but we'll open up this side. It does have 4 vessels. These are the fueling vessels, or the vessels that hold the compressed natural gas. Basically, all we ask you guys to do is just open it up, listen for any leaks. If they don't hear any leaks, you're good. If you do hear any leaks, don't use it. The second system that we want to talk about is our Bendix Blindspotter. The Bendix Blindspotter is basically meant to pick up stationary or moving objects in your blind spot. So basically, from the front steer axle to the header of the trailer, anywhere from 8 to 18 feet away off to the right of the vehicle. Basically what this does is it communicates to you through this little box right here above this handle. When the box is, when it's active, it's got a little yellow light that is continuously on. When it picks up something that is in your blind spot, the light will go red. If you have your blinker activated to move to the right, you'll also get a tone that indicates, hey, make sure you're checking your mirrors before you move there. So just be aware of that. As we get back up here, obviously finishing your pre-trip, we're gonna go ahead and open our hood using our safe work methods. Just like you normally would, Z-scan the engine, looking for any leaks, any damage, obviously. The only fluids that you can see from the passenger side of the vehicle is your coolant. All the other fluids are gonna be on the other side of the vehicle. Tires are also the same, 4/32. Make sure you're checking your brakes, brake linings, all that good stuff, just like you would on your normal pre-trip. Coming to the front, and back over to the driver's seat. The rest of the components here underneath the engine compartment, you do have your washer fluid, your power steering fluid, and your engine oil. So you want to make sure you check all your fluids, again, just like you would on your normal pre-trip. Obviously still doing a Z-scan, looking for any visible, audible leaks. Steering shaft, steering gearbox, clip-in arm, drag link, everything's, make sure it's all connected, again, just like you normally would on your pre-trip. In addition to what we normally teach on your pre-trip, we also have these fuel filters right here. And these are actually fuel filters that filter out oil in the fueling system, so that comes from the compression stations. What you want to do is you want to make sure that, see these two little petcocks on the bottom of each of these? You want to turn those till they open, and you see that moisture that came out of there? You just want to get that moisture out of these filters. And you want to do this daily. Once that's done, you're good to go. It only takes just a second to release them. Make sure you are wearing gloves because it is an oil, and that's in there. Other than that, you basically got all of your exterior components on the vehicle, and of course, quick little step on how to drain your oil filters.